Namaste all of you. Today I am going to give some idea about the space probes. So let me start sharing the screen now. What is a space probe? A probe is a robotic spacecraft that travels through the space to collect the information of science. Probes do not have astronauts. Probes send data back to Earth for scientists to study. Much of the information which the unaided eye cannot see, and also even the telescopes can't see the large stars, that can be the information of all those long distance stars can be got by the space probe. Now, actually, space probe looks like this. This is a space probe called Cassini-Huygens, which orbits around this Saturn. Here is the Saturn, and these are the rings of the Saturn, and this is a space probe called Cassini-Huygens, which is orbiting the Saturn. Now, what are the first probes? Sputnik 1 was the first probe to go into the space. It was launched on 4th October 1957 by the former Soviet Union. On January 31st, 1958, the United States sent a probe called Explorer 1 into the space. These first probes studied the Earth from the space. They also learned what it's like to be in the space. Space over time. Many probes study Earth or measure properties of space. Other probes use telescopes or other instruments to study planets, stars, and galaxies that are far away. Probes that travel to other planets have changed from simple machines that could study a few features of the planet to the sophisticated probes that travel great distances to study a wide range of features on the planets, moons, asteroids, and the comets. Actually, what space probes study on the other planets are the atmosphere of the particular planet and what the surface of the planet is contained of, what it is made up of. Like on Mars, many space probes have found the iron oxide present on the surface of the Mars, and so on. And also the density, the temperature, and the pressure of the atmosphere, what is falling on the surface of the planet, is all can be found using such informations can be got using all these probes. Now, there are many types of the spacecrafts. Those are flyby spacecrafts, which I'll see one by one in detail, and the orbiter spacecraft, the atmospheric spacecraft, the lander spacecraft, rover spacecraft, and then the penetrator spacecraft, and the observatory spacecraft, and last is the communication spacecraft. Communication spacecraft is very much important for us because of the communication purposes. Even when we talk in the mobile or when we see the internet, and when right now we are having a somewhat communication in between us. These all are possible only with the communication spacecraft. So let us see what is about the flyby spacecraft. A planetary flyby, actually flyby, this neither rotates, neither orbits the planet, nor it lands on the surface. It just stands beside the planet or our Earth, like or even the sun, just by taking the assistance of the gravitation of the nearby planet. A planetary flyby is the act of sending a space probe past a planet close enough to record scientific data. Flybys commonly use gravity assist to slingshot a space probe on its journey to its primary objective, but may themselves be used as primary means. They must have the capability of using their instruments to observe passing targets and ideally compensating for the target's apparent motion in optical instruments field of view. They must downlink data at high rates to the Earth, storing data on board during the periods when their antennas are off Earth point. Many examples of spacecraft, flyby spacecrafts are the Stardust, Mariner 2, Mariner 4, Mariner 5, Mariner 6 and 7, 10, and Pioneers 10 and Pioneers 11. Now coming to the sea. This is a picture of the flyby spacecraft. Next is the orbiter spacecraft, which actually revolves around the planet. Just like our mom. A spacecraft designed to travel to a distant planet and enter into orbits must carry with it a substantial propulsive capability to decelerate it at the right moment to achieve the orbit insertion. Orbiter spacecraft collects the data from a planet while moving around it. The examples are the Messenger, Mariner 9, Cassini, Ulysses, Jason Earth Orbiter, Mars Observer, and ISRO also has sent one orbiter to Mars, that is Mars Orbiter Mission or MOM or Mangalyaan. Magellan, Galileo, Mars Global Surveyor, and many are there. Now here is one picture of Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter that was sent by NASA. Now next is the probe spacecraft. This probe spacecraft collects data from a planet as it drops into the planet's atmosphere. These type of spacecraft usually use to make atmospheric pressure, to take atmospheric pressure and temperature reading of the planets. Probes work for a short period of time and are destroyed usually on impact. Examples of this probe spacecraft are Galileo Atmospheric Probe, Mars Balloon, Titan Aerover Blimp, Vega or the Venus Balloon, JPL Planetary Aerovehicles Development, Pioneer 13, and Venus Multiprobe Mission. So these are few of the examples of the probe spacecraft. And this is the Huygens probe, which was dropped on the big Titan, that's the big moon of the Saturn. Now next, this is one probe, which is the Galileo Atmospheric Probe sent to Jupiter. Now, next is the lander spacecraft. Lander spacecraft actually lands on the surface of the moon and it does not roll, it doesn't orbit, it just lands, and there are many robotic cameras which turn to all through 360 degrees and take the pictures of the whole surface of the planet and then sends. Lander spacecraft are designed to reach the surface of the planet and survive long enough to telemeter data back to the Earth. Examples are Mars, Pathfinder, Viking, that's the Mars landers, Venera 13 or the Venus lander, and Surveyor. And here is, this is the Apollo lander on moon. Next comes the surface penetrator spacecraft. Surface penetrators have been designed for entering the surface of the body, such as a comet, surviving an impact of hundreds of gravities, measuring and telemetering the properties of the penetrated surface. Penetrator data would typically be telemetered to the mother craft for retransmission to Earth. Some of the examples of the surface penetrator spacecrafts are Deep Space 2, Deep Impact, IcePick, and the Lunar A. Now this is expected. This has not been yet sent, but this is expected penetrator on moon. Now next is rover spacecraft. This also does not orbit, but just lands on the surface of the planet and then goes across the surface of the planet. A rover spacecraft is a space exploration vehicle designed to move across the surface of the planet or other celestial body. Other celestial bodies they may be comets, they may be asteroids, and they may be the moon of our Earth and also the moons of the other planets. Some rovers have been designed to transport members of the human spaceflight crew. Others have been partially or fully autonomous robots. Rovers usually arrive at the planetary surface on the land-style spacecraft. Examples of these rovers are Sojourner rover, Mars Exploration rover, Apollo 15 lunar rover. And so here we can have the picture of this Curiosity rover on Mars. Next is the observatory spacecraft. An observatory spacecraft does not travel to a destination to explore it. Instead, it occupies an Earth's orbit or a solar orbit from where it can observe distant targets free of obscuring and blurring effects of the Earth's atmosphere. Many examples are Hubble Space Telescope, Chandra X-ray Observatory, Spitzer Space Telescope, James Webb Space Telescope. Here, Hubble Space Telescope is working since 30 years, and Chandra X-ray Observatory is also doing its duty. Spitzer Space Telescope has been decommissioned, and James Webb Telescope is yet to be launched in the first week of December. And this is the picture of the Hubble Space Telescope. Now, next is the communication and the navigation spacecraft, which is required the most in these days. Communications and navigation spacecraft are abundant in Earth orbit, and the main purposes of these spacecraft are transferring data between long distances, satellite television services, running global positioning system. Examples are Milstar, Direct TV, and Global Star. So here is a picture of our domestic communication satellite called Indian National Satellite, or INSAT. System is one of the largest domestic communication satellite systems in Asia Pacific region, with 9 operational communication satellites placed in geostationary orbit. Communication between probes and the Earth. These communications between the probe and the Earth can be done by transmitting the radio waves. Instruments carried by the space probes include radiometers, magnetometers, and television camera sensitive to infrared, visible, and ultraviolet light. And there are also special detectors for micrometers, cosmic rays, and the solar wind. The only way to send signals to the spacecraft across the space is by radio waves. The major space agencies worldwide or in this world are the big 6, that's the space agencies that are in here. It's given in the alphabetical order. First is CNSA, the Chinese National Space Agency, and the ESA, the European Space Agency, and ISRO, the Indian Space Research Organization, JAXA, the Japanese Space Agency, NASA, the American Space Agency, Roscosmos, or the Russian Space Agency. Now, here is our Earth, which is having a big antenna. Here and there, many antennas are installed across the globe. And here are, this one is one spacecraft rover on the planet, and here is another type of rover on another planet. These will send the radio waves like this. So if this is the space, this is what is called the orbiter, and this will send the radio waves, and the antennas will receive these radio waves along with the pictures or any audio or any video like, and then they are processed in the, and they are detected. Actually, these antennas itself are the detectors. They are detected by the detectors and then processed in the computer. Exploration of the moon. The physical exploration of the moon began when Luna 2, a space probe launched by the Soviet Union, made an impact on the surface of the moon on September 14, 1959. Next is the NASA's Apollo program was the first and to date only mission to successfully land humans on the moon. The first landing took place in 1969 when astronauts placed scientific instruments and are returned lunar samples to the Earth. Now, here are the pictures sent by the Apollo mission. This is the image of the moon on the far side of the moon. Image of the far side of the moon. Here, there is a boulder and you can see a man standing near the boulder here, and the name of that man is Harrison Smith. And next is Chandrayaan launched by our space agency, ISRO. India's National Space Agency, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, launched Chandrayaan-1 on the unmanned lunar orbiter on 22nd October 2008. The lunar probe was originally intended to orbit the moon for 2 years with scientific objectives to prepare a three-dimensional atlas of the near and the far side of the moon, and to conduct a chemical and mineralogical mapping of the lunar surface. The unmanned moon impact probe landed on the moon at 3 o'clock on 14th November 2008, making India the fourth country to touch down on the lunar surface. Among its major achievements was the discovery of the widespread presence of water molecules on the lunar soil. Now, this is Mission Mercury. This one is now not working. Actually, the working orbiter of this Mercury right now is the Epicom orbiter. Now again, on Venus, when a spacecraft Venera was sent in 1961. Next are other successful Venus probes are Mariner 2 spacecraft and Venera 15 and 16, Magellan, Venus Express, Atasuki. Right now, Atasuki is working. This is the exploration of the Mars. This is how the Martian sunset. So here we are seeing the sunset on the Mars by Spirit rover. Now here one more lander is there. This is the Phoenix lander on the surface of the Mars. Next is, this is the path that our Mangalyaan has taken from Earth to Mars. The departure of this Mangalyaan or the MOM was on 13, it is the 1st December 2013. So it took the maneuvers like this, not in a circular orbit, but in the elliptical orbit. And then later, after taking all these maneuvers, so this is again the Earth orbit. So it went along with the Earth orbit. Next, it changed its trajectory, and this is actually the spacecraft trajectory. So this is Sun here. So after taking all these maneuvers around the Earth, it orbited once around the Sun, taking the orbit of the Earth itself, and later it took its own trajectory and then entered the field of gravitational field of the Mars. And then here it is now rotating, orbiting around the Mars, and it entered the field of the gravitational field of the Mars on 24th September 2014. Now, explorations to Jupiter. So there are many space probes sent to the Jupiter, and Juno 2016 is still on its duty. Exploration to Saturn, it was Cassini-Huygens, it was just commissioned in 2017. Next is the probe to Uranus and Neptune, NASA's Voyager 2, and this NASA's Voyager 2, it was a flyby to both Uranus and Neptune. And this one is what is called a famous Parker Solar Probe that was named after a Nobel laureate and solar scientist Eugene Parker, America. Now he is 92 years old, who has developed the theory of supersonic solar wind and predicted the Parker spiral shape solar magnitude in the outer solar world. Now this is actually now working, and it is just orbiting the sun. This is what is called a Parker solar probe. With this, we understood many of the solar probes sent on different planets, sent on our own moon, sent on the planet of the Saturn, and still we are having many probes which are sent on the asteroids and even comets too. Few are success and few are the failures. Okay, thank you very much.